Hey y'all! Welcome back to the North and the South. Welcome back to the North and the South, my channel where we explore witchcraft, spirituality, and magic of the North. And I'm Annalisa, and you made it. Today we're talking about what is a Völva, but first I wanted to give you a few fun facts about my own philosophy on the videos I'm making. I like videos that get to the point. I like videos that are informative and helpful. I like videos that give a little something interesting and move it along. And mostly I like videos that don't ramble on too much. And I'd love to hear from you. So comment, like, subscribe on this channel. This is a conversation, folks, not a conversion. But let's get to what we're talking about today. What is a Völva? And I've broken it down into 5 quick points for understanding what a Völva is. Number 1, a Völva is a wise woman or seeress of the Germanic people. Let's jump back to the 1st century AD, in which numerous Greek and Roman sources are talking about the role of these seeresses or these prophetesses in these Germanic tribes. They're sometimes called Vlva or Gana, but some of the names, most of the names for these Germanic seeresses have been lost in time. Let's fast forward 1,000 years to 1000 AD, and in the northern Germanic tribe sources, such as the Eddas and the Sagas, similar seeresses and prophetesses are called a Völva or a Vala. Point number 2. I get lots of folks snickering when I talk about being a Völva and they hear the word Völva. Völva, they say. Don't you mean vulva? Actually, no. Völva is an Old Norse term for a staff-bearing woman. Now, Völva, if you look at the word etymologically, it stems from a Proto-Germanic root, valvon, meaning staff. And Völva from volur is from valvon, meaning staff. On the other hand, a vulva is an anatomical term for female genitalia that originates in the Latin derivation of womb. It originates from the Proto-Indo-European root of vel, meaning turn or revolve, and the derivative coming from that referring to an enclosed space such as a womb. So while both a womb and a staff may be owned and belong to the same vulva, the two are not necessarily, or at least etymologically, related. Number 3, physical evidence from archaeological digs supports the written accounts about the Völva. Numerous archaeological digs from Denmark, Sweden, and Norway have revealed female remains ritually buried and holding a staff as a power symbol. Other ritual items that have been found with some of these excavations, such as psychotropic plants that were used in ritual, such as henbane and cannabis seeds, were also buried with these females. Sacrificial animals were buried with them, as well as valuable grave goods that they were buried so that the seeress had things to take with her on her journey to the realm of the dead. Number 4, you might notice that I do not use the term shamanic in any of my writings or work for a very specific reason: cultural appropriation. In my opinion, a Völva is not a shaman, and a shaman is not a Völva. I don't agree with people who have adopted the term shamanic as a universal definition to describe their work, because it's simply been broadly applied. Something appropriated is no less inappropriate or stolen because more people use it. It's actually just plain lazy. There's no common usage exemption when it comes to cultural appropriation. If you disagree with me on this, I encourage you to dig deeper and examine the debate from the perspective of indigenous cultures and folks who have made it pretty clear that they don't appreciate the theft, subjugation, superiority, and genocide that's part of their history, and how one simple word, popularized and capitalized upon by a certain white anthropologist from America, might epitomize that. Ultimately, though, you're entitled to your own opinion on this. But before you call yourself a shamanic Völva, a Norse shaman, or even a shamanic practitioner, be sure to research and get clear with how the legacy of that word may continue to damage other people. I doubly encourage you to explore the history of the Sami and other circumpolar indigenous people and their experience with colonialism. For my part, I know that my ancestors, my teachers, my elders, and my conscience have been very clear with me that the Northern tradition is powerful spirit work that has no need to step on the backs of others by using terms that don't belong to it in order to elevate itself and capitalize itself to a larger audience. So if I had to categorize what is a Völva, who is a Völva, I might say you could broadly call a Völva a witch, because a witch is a non-appropriative term. It reclaims a wise person tradition of earth-based spirituality and ancestral worship. And witch is a gender-neutral term that reflects a myriad of gender identities who can follow this path. A Völva, or a Northern tradition witch, engages in spirit work based on an ancient lineage of healing and oracular service to their community. And this spirit work tradition of community service continued after Christianization through modernity in the folk magic practices of the North called trolldom. But, dear viewer, that's a subject for another video. In the meantime, thanks for joining me. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you again soon.